Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with a very informal review of Put a Ring on It, Season 4, Episodes 1 and 2. I hope you guys are doing good today. I was not planning on doing a video tonight, but I actually had a really long drive today, a 5-hour drive, and so I decided to take a look at Put a Ring on It while I was on the road. And of course, I was being safe, y'all, but I was just kind of peeping what was going on the show. And I don't know if I'm going to review it like consistently. It might be something I end up throwing into a roundhouse kick like I did a couple of weeks ago, where I talked about multiple shows and multiple things going on. I might end up doing something like that. But for now, just for tonight, I went ahead and watched episodes 1 and 2, and I know episode 3 will come on this weekend. So we'll see what happens. But I'm taking a little break from driving, so I figured why not. Now, you guys know I didn't take any notes because I was driving. So when I don't take notes or when I don't review as I watch, sometimes it gets a little jumbled. I forget names. I may not have all my situations exactly correct, but I did want to talk about the show a little bit. So I'm going to jump into that. I've reviewed Put a Ring on It since the first season. I did not finish the third season, I think, of Put a Ring on It. Or maybe I didn't even watch the third season. I can't really remember. But there was a season that I did not finish, or I did not watch, one or the other. And we already know how it goes with Put a Ring on It. Every time we watch, we find ourselves confused about why people would decide to date other people in the midst of their relationship. It always confuses us. We're always dumbfounded. And then we proceed to sit and watch people do it and get even more dumbfounded, right? But this season feels a little different. It feels like people know what it is. It feels like people understand what the show is about. And it feels like some people might be on here just to get some visibility. And I think we all know what couple I might be talking about. But I just want to warn you guys before we jump into this review. I hope that we're still going to be friends at the end. With Ready to Love, it's a little bit different. But when it comes to shows that are discussing the next step, like actually getting married, I usually tend to tread lightly in my opinions about what's going on, because when it comes to love and when it comes to marriage, specifically Black people, specifically Black women, because I am a Black woman, a lot of opinions that I have and have had most of my life are quite unpopular. They do cause a lot of debate. I have pissed some people off with some of the things that I think, and I don't care because I just don't believe in playing the radio with people. I don't believe in telling lies, but I kind of watch what I say on my channel, because I know some of the stuff I say can be very polarizing. But I'm gonna just let you know on this review, I might say some stuff y'all can't really get with. I hope we can be friends at the end. I'm just letting you know that now. So let's get started for real. Dunbar and Chance are here for what I think they're here for. They've been dating for just under a year. Dunbar says that is his woman, that is his wife. He's ready to get married. He's a former football player. I cannot remember what she said her occupation was, but she was like, she ready to have fun. She ready to have a good time. And he is more of on the settling down tip. Dunbar's main thing is that he wants a woman that is going to be A, ready to settle down, and B, going to be submissive. Now, just to read through the lines from the 2 episodes I watched, what I'm getting from Dunbar is, I played football. I did what I wanted to do while I played football. And now I want to snatch a woman up, preferably a woman younger than me, and I want her to get with my program. Yeah. I wasn't settling down early in life, but hey, now I want somebody that's ready to go. And Chance, what I'm getting from her is, she said she was raised by her father. Her mother passed away, which is very sad. That made me really, really sad. She said she was raised by her dad. And it wouldn't surprise me if she kind of has like a different understanding of men because it was just her and her father. So she may see things a little differently from somebody who, was just their mom or both their mom and their dad. She might see things differently from a different perspective. Not a bad perspective, just different. I'm not saying bad at all. So Dunbar is giving her daddy energy when she does go out on her dates. And she is giving mommy energy right back. So I guess they're a match. But he doesn't believe she's submissive enough. And that's his main problem with her. Then we move on to Catherine. And I think his name is Rick. They started out as friends. They met back in 2012. And they seem to have reconnected within this last year or so. They're living together. She came down from Dallas to live with him. Rick is divorced. I don't know exactly how long he's been divorced, but not long enough to heal from it, from what I'm seeing. I personally don't think Rick and Catherine are in a romantic way of things. Like, she might want to be romantic with him, but I don't see that with her and him. For some reason with Rick, I'm getting, I was divorced, I was hurt, and I went back to somebody that was familiar to me and who had been a good friend to me. But that's probably just where I was going, so I wouldn't have to feel lonely and I wouldn't have to deal with my issues. Because I'm not getting from him that he really cares about her. Not in that way. But y'all can let me know what you think. Baby, I'm coming right out with it, okay? We ain't even gonna beat around the bush for this review. I said it was very informal. Catherine, I'm getting, I would like there to be more. I want there to be romance between us. I moved out here because I believed in a relationship, but she's missing obvious red flags when it comes to Rick. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not healed. And I don't think he feels the same way about you that you do about him, if you even feel that way. Lastly, Joy and Joshua, J&J. Main thing that's going on here, Joy is ready to start a family. She wants to get married. She want to do it the right way. But main thing is she's ready to start a family. Now, these two look very good. I would have never guessed Jasha was 40. He a good 40. He is a good looking 40. But he said he ain't really trying to do all that. He's a balance. He's using all these different words. But the main thing is he want to have a good time. He wants to travel. He wants to experience life. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you don't want what she wants and y'all been together for 2 years, don't waste any more of her time. Let her go. Joy, don't waste any more of your own time. Let it go. All right? You ain't gonna force this man into having no baby. And I'm gonna tell you what, if you try to mess around and get pregnant, it ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. If he say he ain't ready, believe that man. Believe that man. Because it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. And Joshua, I'm wondering if you even want children. Because once I found out you were 40, I don't recall him saying he had children already. So this would be his first child. Unless he mentioned he had children. I didn't hear that. So let's say he didn't. If he didn't mention that he already had children and this would be his first child, I'm wondering if he does really want to have children or not. And if he does, when? When are you going to do it? Because I know we like to think that everything is going to be okay. And this might be one of my unpopular opinions about to come out, but it's not really an opinion. It's a fact. The data has shown us this now. Autism Speaks has spoken out and said that the rise of the autism cases are not primarily, but are somewhat trending to be due to the paternal age of the father. Okay, the studies have come out that there are increasing chances of that happening when the father is of an advanced age. And advanced apparently for the sperm is over 30. So what we gonna do? All right, what we gonna do? And I'm not saying that the autistic children are not special. I'm just saying these are things we need to look at. Okay, because y'all be looking all up at our eggs. So let's talk. Okay. Same thing with Joy. I get it. You're not finna push me into 40 about no baby. Okay, I'm already at geriatric pregnancy age. My eggs are decreasing little by little as we speak. I don't want to be carrying no baby. Listen, let's go ahead and get this done. Totally understand. Okay, SHIT or get off the pot. So let us know what you're trying to do with that sperm. Also, Older sperm usually means there's going to be some, that could mean, sorry, not usually, could mean that ain't nothing going to be wrong with the baby. But when that baby becomes an adult, they've noticed that there are some health issues. Y'all can go look this up, okay? The doctor's been letting us know. All right? So when you going to do it? Okay? Because 20-year-old sperm and 40-year-old sperm ain't the same. So what you trying to do, bruh? And we already know the case of the women. That's the only reason I'm not harping on it, because we already know. They harp on us plenty, okay? We already know we ain't got but 5 eggs left at this point. So I'm being dramatic. I know we don't. That's the way they talk. They talk like you got 5 eggs left. As soon as you hit 36, 5. So there's that. Dr. Stephanie, now she said her mom's been married 5 times. Her dad's been married multiple times. I don't know her relationship status. She didn't say if she had been married or not. What kind of credentials do you need to be a relationship coach? Because everybody's doing it. It seems to be the new purse. So do I need to go ahead and be a relationship coach? Because if you ain't got to have nothing to do with it, I'll just go. If you just need a bachelor's, I'll just go ahead and put my foot in the game at this point. And you ain't got to be married either. Child, let me come out here and be a relationship coach too. But she said that on her mama's deathbed, now I don't believe Dr. Stephanie, I think she's trying to pull it, that she told me and my brother she wanted us to know that love was possible. I said, your mama ain't said that on her deathbed. I don't believe that. Well, and then they started to talk about the black love. Okay. Again, y'all, I want us to be friends when this review is over. But okay. So the dates were cringy, I think, for the ladies anyway. They were awkward. The best date I would say would be Catherine and the IT guy, Mark. But overall, the dates just seemed to have like a nervous energy to it. The ladies were nervous. The gentlemen were trying to loosen them up. One of the gentlemen was kind of cringe. He was already acting like they was married. Chance's date was the funniest to me, even though Dunbar was quite disrespectful. I did laugh. Okay, I was laughing at him because I think this is what he wanted. But Philip held his own. I thought it was interesting that Dunbar kept saying, well, we got to teach these young guys, we got to teach these young guys. And I just want all of the older gentlemen out there to know today that the young guys that y'all were are not the young guys that these men are. Okay, they are getting to the bag differently. Now, they look a little different. Their hair might be colorful. Jeans might be a little tighter. And body might be a little smaller. Okay, they might not be as muscular, but they moving a little bit differently than the 30-year-old of about 5 years ago moved. Okay, so I don't think y'all need to be schooling them the way you think you need to be. You need to be schooling yourself, because some of y'all just now catching up. So he was thinking he was schooling them on walking her down the stairs and putting her shoes on. And he was like, you better bring her back how I'm sending her out to you. And then had him bring up something to eat. I said, Philip, I wish I wouldn't have brought that man nothing. Do you hear me? But their day was just okay. Catherine and Mark, I think Catherine should give somebody a chance. Because like I said, I don't think Rick really cares one way or the other. Even the way he sent her out the house. He was like, all right, then have a good time. Jasha. Sorry. Let's go back to Rick and Catherine real quick. Why all them people live in that house? I need answers, and I need answers today. It's too many people living up in, I feel like I'm yelling. It's too many people living up in that house. The mama lived there, the daddy lived there, the sister lived there, the kid lived there, the brother come by every now and then. It was people there when he went on his date. It's just too many people living up in there. Catherine, I don't know if you got nobody in Dallas, but you need to go. And I'm going to say that every episode. I don't care if it get better or worse. I'm going to tell you need to go. So, sorry, I just don't see it for them. Then Jasha and Joy. Jasha he decides that he's not going to set any boundaries for her date. And I said, Joy, I know what you probably think is happening here, but this don't have nothing to do with trust. This is because he want to make sure on his dates he can do what he want to do. You better keep your eye on him. Because he looked like he about to do a, little swift move. So, her date was cringe. He was doing too much. And then once he said he had 1 child and 3 he had adopted, I said, may you go your own way in glory and peace, and may the Lord God bless you real good, because I want a baby. That would put us at 5. And then you talking about you got 3 you done adopted, and while I respect it, you and that daycare can find another woman to team up with, because I'm not doing it. Okay. So when they do get back to the doctor, Chance and Dunbar are just arguing the doctor down about how Dunbar ain't controlling, and Dunbar didn't do this, and he don't control me, he don't dominate me. Okay, girl, well, maybe he don't do it to you right now, but are you at risk of having it done in the future? And I don't even know why I'm talking about them like this, because I feel like this is all an act, especially after they met with Dr. Stephanie later, and he couldn't give examples of how she wasn't being submissive. Not good ones anyway, so swerve on them. They both just arguing the doctor down that he didn't do nothing wrong, and how he handled Philip, and he wasn't disrespectful, and how he handled Philip. And then he popping his collar and putting on his jacket, messing with the blazer, talking about, well, I'm a successful black man and I don't have no felonies, and it ain't a lot of us. And I was just like, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about right here, right here. See, it really shouldn't be the norm. I'm sorry. It really shouldn't be a rarity that somebody is successful with no felonies. That shouldn't be rare. It shouldn't even be a bragging point. But since it is, and he points it out, I just want to say right now, I don't want to hear no more of that. It's plenty of brothers. They say it to us all the time that it ain't a lot of them, but then we'll turn right around and say, well, it's plenty of us. You must just be dating the wrong. Stop it. Okay, I'm tired of the back and forth. This is why I say I still want us to be friends, y'all. But I'm really tired of holding myself back from saying some of this stuff. So that's number 1. I want the double talking to stop. Number 2, if it's a rarity in your community, in certain communities, let me say that, if it's a rarity in certain communities to find a man that is successful, that does not have felonies, that might tell whoever is dating them that they may possibly want to also date some other people, so they can increase their chances of finding somebody that's successful with no felonies. And you can read that however you want to read it. I don't think I should have to put it right out there, but if you smart, child, nobody got time for this. But I know people like what they like, and I get that, but just know they telling you to your face that your chances of finding it are slim to none. All right, so we can move on. Now we got let's see. I'm trying to think where I want to go next. Okay, so the ladies decide they're not going to go on a second date with any of their guys, right? That usually happens. The women don't go on a second date. The men always go on a second date, and the women are always looking salty when they do. And that's what's going to happen next episode. So episode 2, the men go on the dates. The men pretty much all like they women. Okay, when Rick's date came to the door and I saw what she looked like, and she was beautiful, but it gave me a little bit of alarm, because when the person that they get matched up with looks so completely different from the person that they are with, it further makes me wonder if that person has just been settling this whole time. Like, I really do think Rick had Catherine in the friend zone and probably should have kept her there. But he went to what was familiar and what was easy. She was going through a hard time in Dallas. She had just lost her grandmother. Come kick it with me. Come move in with me. It was easy. He didn't have to do anything for it. Not only that, but he admitted that they hadn't been on a date in a while. Catherine, you ain't even making them take you on dates, girl. And not saying he shouldn't have his own motivation to do it, but that should be a requirement. Y'all already living at it. Y'all should be going on dates just to get away from all them people in their house. And I understand some families all live together and ain't nothing wrong with it, if that's what you do. But we gonna need to get up out this house, okay? And I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do it. So it ain't for me. Moving on though. Moving on. Their date went pretty good. It seemed like he was feeling her. Seemed like she was feeling him. But I also noticed in the way that he talked about his child's mother, how she's in entertainment, how he go over there and sleep on the couch. Old girl said she was cool with that, as long as things was respectful. I was like, girl, you a fool. No. Okay, listen. I don't care what y'all can say. I'm insecure. Y'all can say whatever y'all need to. I'm good on that because I got a feeling that I wouldn't be able to sleep in my baby daddy house if roles were reversed. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they seem like they were an okay match for each other, but I still would say that he's not over that past relationship. He's not over that marriage. The way that he talks about it, like marriage is just so grueling, and I get it. Marriage is work, but he just sounds like he doesn't ever want to do it again. And when people talk like that, it just lets me know that it's not that I don't take them seriously. I believe them if they say they don't want to do it again, but it's just the way that he speaks about it. It just sounds like I'm not over it quite yet. Okay. And then for them to team Catherine up on her date with somebody who was recently divorced as well, I didn't like that. I feel like y'all not giving that girl a fighting chance. But did anybody else feel like that? So yeah, that was him and his date. I have a feeling he's going to want to go out with her again, but I could be wrong because it was kind of in the middle for me. It was in the middle. J&J, he's definitely going to go out with his girl again, or he might switch it up just so he can meet as many women as possible. But baby, he wanted to hear her Spanish and wanted to know the places she had traveled to. She's already said she's just trying to have a good time. She is trying to meet somebody, but she's not trying to jump into the family life right now, which is right up his alley because he wants to travel and he's not jumping into the family life right now either, even though he's 40. He ain't trying to jump into anything right now either. Personally, I feel like he should have always been dating a younger woman, at least by 7-8 years, so that all of this would have balanced out. But like I tell men all the time, every woman turns into a grown woman eventually. So if she fun now, give her about 3 or 4 years, she gonna turn into that same woman you broke up with because she was doing too much and you wasn't ready. She always gonna get grown up at some point. So decide what you gonna do. And if you don't want no children, say you don't want no children, because that's what I think. I think he don't want no kids. Their date was pretty good. He said they got chemistry and all of that. Child, you ain't got no chemistry. You just trying to travel and probably lay up and have sex at different resorts. And I ain't mad at you, but do that with somebody that want to do that same thing. Dunbar and Chance, his date went well as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, baby, his date was from Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, stand up. Okay, Greenville, Greenvuh. Y'all do know that is where I am from. So I was like, okay, Greenville, I see y'all. Baby, she said the magic words for him, honey. Submission, for the fella alpha males, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, whatever part of the Greek alphabet this man is. For my fellow alpha males, we know y'all love submission. So as soon as she said that, baby, he ain't hear nothing else. That's all he cared about. She said she was going to be submissive. And what does that mean to you? I'm going to let my man lead. Oh, yes. I appreciate that. I said, Lord have mercy. I don't have a problem with submission. It's such a, like, we talk about submission now like it's like the latest Gucci belt. Like, girl, you got that submission. Do you got that submission? No. Are you gonna get some submission? Because baby, I don't step out the house. I don't step out in my drip unless I got the right submission on. Everything is about, I wish y'all could see what I'm doing with my hands. Everything is about submitting. Cool. So that's all he really heard. And she looked younger. She looked younger than Chance to me. So y'all know Dunbar strike me as one that like him young too, because he trying to play catch up. Woo, child, this show is funny. So he liked old girl. I have a feeling he's probably gonna go out with her again. Other than that, any issues in the show was really just him trying to point out areas that Chance was submissive. Y'all, he about to confess something to Dr. Stephanie, and he like, I've never told anybody this. I said, boy, if you get us boy to give him the Oscar. Give him the Oscar, child. Give him his award. Okay, he is playing. This is a soap opera at this point. I think all the men are going to go out with these women again. I do. Except for one. One of them isn't, and I don't know if it's going to be Rick or Jaisha, but one of them is not going to go out with their woman again. I think it's actually going to be Jaisha because he want to see what else is out there for him. That's what I think. Y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen. Let me know what you think about the show. Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? Do you think some people are on here just for clout? Do you think Catherine is wasting her time? And just let me know all of your thoughts. Good opinions, bad opinions, both. I love it all. And this is an informal review. I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye.